Hello everyone, this is Martin. Welcome back to another weekly video. We're going to be looking for winning trade ideas for this coming week, September 10th to the 14th. And last week was actually pretty good. There was an opportunity to make more than 300 pips. In total, there were approximately 8 winners, 1 losing trade, and 4 no trades with my setups from last week. So we're going to be moving right along to the currency pairs. If you want any more information on my methods, and I have a brand new course called Forex Success in 5 weeks, and I use the easy read charts. They're color-coded charts to help you understand, first of all, not only the market trend direction, but most importantly, momentum, because I believe momentum is the biggest key to your Forex trading success. If you can see momentum on your charts, then that'll help you in understanding where price would go and where price can go to whichever target is next. So let's take a look at the disclaimer for a second. Okay, traders, here's the risk disclaimer, and as always, you can always pause this video, read the information. It's very important. The most important thing I can say to you, or the best advice I can give to you, is never risk more than 1 to 2% of your overall account balance on any single trade. Now, if you've opened up 2 or more trades, then you've got to divide that overall account risk, the money that you would risk losing, in half, so that each trade would only cover half the loss then of your overall total 1 to 2% max of your account balance. Okay, hopefully you understand that, and let's get on to the charts. Okay, let's take a look, and this is the EURUSD daily chart. Take a look. Do you see the red dashed line here? Okay, this is the price bars, or the price action, what happened last week. Everything to the right side of this red vertical line, okay? And you can see last week, basically, price didn't go anywhere. It kind of went down a bit, up, and then down again. So really sideways action, okay? And last week I also mentioned that there was a blue band. That was the only thing I saw at the close of last week. When you see only blue, when you're using the easy read charts here, when you see only the blue color and not the pink, or not the pink for the downtrend, or not the green for the uptrend, if you see only blue, that means price is going sideways, and really you have to wait for further clues. You have to wait for a momentum breakout candle, either to the upside or to the left side. And so it is with this week. We continue. We still have only blue. There are no colors right here. So sideways action. And I'm thinking that if price is going to break out higher, I would want price to be above 117.24 before taking a buy trade. On the sell side, I would wait for price to go below 115.16 on the sell side. Okay, so that takes care of that EURUSD. Now we get to the British pound USD, and you can see the big price action on Friday. We have a this is called a doji, bearish doji, with a huge tall wick above the body of the candle. And again, we are in an overall bearish market with the British pound here. So you can see we have pink below blue. So the conservative, and I touched upon this in my last week's video, the difference between conservative trading and aggressive trading. Conservative trading, they wait for more clues and more clues to where price would be going. And in this case here, we do have pink below blue, so waiting for one bearish black candle, and looking for sells below 128.75. Again, the conservative trader would look to sell in this situation, because we have pink. You can see here pink below blue, and we're looking for a price to be below pink, below blue, as in this section over here. You can see price kept going down. So right here we're sideways, waiting for more confirmation, waiting for breakout candle below this level here, and then we could look at retesting the previous swing low right here. So price breaks out here, price would most likely retest the previous swing low there. Okay, now we move on to the Australian USD. And last week, the Australian currency was one of the individual currencies that was most weak. Okay, you can see last week we had price started right here and dropped right to there. Okay, and so from here, price went right to a major support area or zone that I had already drawn in on last week's video. You can go back to last week's video and check this out, that I had drawn these already here. So from here, with a big price drop on Friday, we could, often what happens is price bounces higher, okay, and then drops lower. We are in a bearish downtrending market. You can see that right here, the pink bars. Okay, this is the trending indicator. And however, when price drops quite a bit on one day, let me just take that off. Okay, we often have a bounce higher. So a conservative trader would possibly wait for a bounce higher and then another bearish candle to the downside, looking for sells below 0.7076. The counter trend trader would look for trades above 0.7214. Okay, so that's what I see for this week. Keep that in mind, that we had a big drop on Friday, and often after a big drop we have a bounce, and especially since prices come down to major support zone. If price breaks down lower, take a look at this blue line. I've already drawn this in. Again, this would be the next support area. Price could certainly come down as far as this level right here. Okay, let's take that off. Let's go on to gold. Gold is going sideways. You can see that right here. So you'd look for a breakout to this downside here, to the upside above this blue line. And you can see gold had dropped in a big way all the way down to here, had a big bounce off this major support zone that I had previously drawn in. It went higher and then made a slightly higher high, and right now we're just going sideways. So wait for the breakout above here or down below here. Okay, and that, with that said, we're going to go to the next pair. We are into the New Zealand USD, and you can see here way back a few weeks ago we had a breakout through this trend line. I had drawn that in, by the way, if you go back a few weeks. Okay, and now price has broken right here through this area. Okay, actually let's draw that trend line there. Okay, so it's come down. It is now testing previous swing low right here, and I believe price is going to go lower. So look for sells below 0.6516 or buys above 0.6612. Okay, so that's what I see with this pair. And let's go on to the next pair, which is the USCAD. Now, the US dollar really showed its strength. It roared higher based on Friday. Well, not only on Friday, but all of last week. I mean, take a look at this right here. In fact, the USCAD was one of my better buy opportunities last week, and I did say buy above 130.64. Okay, 130. Let's see, 130.64. That was in the previous week, and you can see it certainly went up here. So this was a good win for me. It's come down in a bit of a pullback, but now it's gone up again. So I'll be looking at further upward movement and you can look for buys above 132.27. Okay, right there to the upside. And if you think that price is going to come down, okay, and you're a counter trend trader, then you can look for sells below 131.04. However, right now, take a look. We have only blue again. See, like here you can see we have green above blue. This means we're in an uptrending market, so you'd look for buys only. Here we have pink. You can see pink right here. Pink below blue, so we're looking for sell trades. Then all of a sudden we get to this area here, and again, my easy read charts, they tell you one thing, that when you see blue by itself without any colors, without the pink or without the green, then we are in a momentum squeeze or a sideways market, okay? And when price goes up high, really high, and you still see only blue, most likely price comes back down, corrects itself, and then continues going higher again, while the charts would turn green. You would see a bit of green now above blue. So again, it's a wait and see situation. This is what you have to wait for. Buys above here, sells below there. Okay, now we move on to the next chart is oil. And again, you can see oil really last week dropped. Okay, so this is last week from the right side of this red vertical line. Okay, price dropped, 3 big huge bearish candles. You can see where it dropped to, have a blue dash line, and that is support. It's the 89 EMA. We have a doji, so most likely oil might be kind of bouncing higher a little bit, and possibly going sideways. Okay, so take a look at oil, and if oil is making a major move, then that often affects the Canadian dollar as well. Okay, so right now it's a wait and see situation. Let's take that off the charts. And the next one is US Swiss franc. Now, US Swiss franc also was a 32 winner for me last week, because I said buy above 97.12. Okay, 97.12, which was about there, so you would have made it here. And you see, I mentioned that it was limited to the upside because of this red dash line. This red dash line represents major resistance, as well as this line right here. So the upward movement would probably be limited. And if you would have gotten into the trade as per my last week's video, and you would have seen the price candles close right here, then I would have taken the entire trade off the table, just because of the resistance there. Okay, so you can see the next day it did come back down pretty well to almost where you would have entered the trade. Anyways, that was the last week. This week I see buys above this level here, 97.24, and sells below 96.36. Again, this is an aggressive move, so if price comes up higher and goes above 97.24 and you're looking to get into a buy trade, remember we have resistance to the upside here. So it's an aggressive move. It's also a counter trend move, and not really the best idea, since you do have pink below blue, which means you should really only be looking for sell trades. Okay, so the conservative trader looks for sell trades here. The aggressive trader looks for counter trend trades with limited opportunity, but then gets out of trades quickly as well. Okay, especially if they are on the winning side. Let's take that off. Let's get to the next chart, US Japanese yen. Last week we were in a sideways market, and not much had happened. So for this week again, we can see we're sideways, and again, why sideways? It's really simple. We only have blue, right? Do you see that? So last week, you see we had blue. Last week was prior to this, to the left side of this red vertical line. and that was the previous week, I should say. Last week was to the right side, and you can see here blue as well. So blue means sideways market. We're in a momentum squeeze. There is not much momentum to either way. There's no breakout, and when you see this, we're looking for a breakout. Breakout means price to go higher above this area, okay, and breakout lower below here. And so conservatively, these levels are for the conservative trader. Look for buys above 111.84 and sells below 110.25. Okay, so that is the US Japanese yen. And let's take look at the next pair. Now we're into cross pairs. Okay, so the first cross pair is Euro British Pound. Okay, and you can see last week, let me see here, I did say buy above 0.8985, and you would have made some money, about 30, let's see, about 33 pips. Now, you should always look at last week's video, compare what I said last week to this week, and see what happened. If you're really serious about forex trading, you know, this is what you should be doing, spending a little bit of time. And you can do this on the weekends. You can do this on the weekends prior to the markets opening up, and that would be part of your homework, right? Okay, so this week I see price, we broke the trend line here with this big bearish candle, so I'm looking for sells below 0.8910. Again, watch the limited opportunity. We've got, the trend line and this 200 moving average right here, which is this major support here. So watch, if price breaks lower and you take a sell trade, be aware of the targets down in this area here. If you believe price is going to go higher, look for buys above 0.9011. Okay, right over there. Now, next we got the EURJPY. Okay, and you can see here EURJPY. I did not take any trades last week because we saw blue. Okay, blue means sideways market, and and again, you see here, even though this candle broke out, okay, I wasn't confident in price going higher because we still had blue here. So, and this was still, you can see the pink bars. This is the momentum indicator showing that price really still, there was still no momentum even with this move here on this was the Wednesday's trading. Okay, so I did not enter. You would want to have this blue above the red there for you to enter. Anyways, then on Thursday price came right back down, and price came down further. So you know, you could possibly look at thinking that price is going to break down lower, and in this case, if you think that's the case, then you could look for sells below 128.16 to the downside. Okay, so again, looking at sells below 128.16, price would have to come all the way above here, really above 129.35 for me to even consider looking at price going higher. So right now, my consideration would probably be to the downside. Okay, and just keep your eye on the blue line. If the blue line crosses below zero, then a momentum is getting very strong to the downside. And then watch here if we have a momentum bar below the zero level. I'm sorry, the histo bar. These are histogram bars, okay? And this is the trending indicator, so we want to see a pink below the zero level there, okay? So that is that. Now we move on to another cross pair, EURAUD, and look at this. I think EURAUD was a huge winner for me last week, 98 pips in total. And my recommendation was look at buys above 161.55. So 161.55, it's about there, okay? And let me just double check with my crosshair tool. 161, yeah, 55. So right there, you could have entered, okay? Let me just take that off. And you could have entered and you would have made all these pips. And I had these lines drawn in as well previously, so I did mention that price would most likely go up to the targets, the top target on the level I had posted, the resistance right here. So for this week, look at buys. Look at buys above 162.87, okay, right here, and sells below here. So price would have to come all the way below this huge momentum candle to the downside for me to be confident that price is now reversing and possibly good for a counter trend trade to the downside. However, this is a huge momentum candle, which for me indicates that price will still keep going higher. However, there could possibly be a reversal first, or a retracement, and then a continuation to the upside. So it's a little bit sloppy. Let's draw that in again. So at first there could be a bit of a retracement or a pullback, okay, and then higher, okay? And you could, the conservative trader would wait for that price pattern to form, which is the, after a big huge up day on Friday, wait for the retracement or the pullback, whatever you want to, you know, however you want to phrase that, and then wait for a white bullish candle to the upside, and the conservative trader would wait for price to break above here. Aggressive trader could look for a pullback and then a white bullish candle above this speed line, and then get in even sooner than this. Okay, so that's the Euro Audi, and I think we have one more pair. The last pair is British pound, the Japanese yen, and last week there was a bit of a loss on this one, just because I said, you know, my recommendation was sell below 142.77. You would have been taken out right here. You would have entering right here, right after here. I would have entered myself anyways, okay, but then price reversed on the on the Tuesday with this little white candle. You could have gone out there if you know, knowing that we have pink below blue, you're looking for sells anyways. The conservative trader looks for sells, a sell trade, when you see pink below blue, and getting in right after there. Let me just draw that in right after this candle, because that candle was a big clue, right? You would have gotten in, and there was a bit of a pullback with the white candle on the next day. If you think that was a reversal candle, it kind of was, because it's a doji. You see that? It's a doji with a tiny little white body, an equal kind of a wick above the body, a wick below the body, and then on the next day, on the Wednesday, it went up really high, and most likely would have stopped you out. So if you got in there, you would have had a stop. The aggressive stop would have been just above the speed line here, and you would have probably lost anywhere from 80 to 90 pips. But still, the winning week, the weekend total last week was a pretty good winning week with more than 300 pips on the table to be won. This was a loser, no big deal. Proper, and then of course you'd be trading with proper risk management. You would not be trading with knowing where your stop is. You're not trading with high lot size anyways. So anyways, that's that's what happened last week. For this week, look for buys above 144.25, sells below 142.46. We're in a sideways market, okay, kind of. It's not really going anywhere. The momentum is kind of Sideways. Take a look at this blue line. Blue line is just sideways, right? It's not down, it's not up, it's just sideways. And we have very little or no histogram bars right here, which means the trend is there is no trend. So when you see very small histo bars hugging the 0 level right here, that means you have to wait for more clues. You have to wait for price to move a lot further in one direction before giving conviction to the direction being for the direction to be placed, which in this case is I'm waiting for price to go above 144.25 and sells below 142.46. So price moves down here. Price moves down big way, right? That giving me better or stronger conviction that price will continue going down. If price moves all the way above here, this gives me, and also breaks the trend line. You see this blue trend line I've drawn in here, joining the previous high, another high. So price breaks this area. It also gives me conviction that price will go higher. But remember, we also have the blue dash line, which is resistance as well. So you know, it's a pair where you might just want to stay away and see what happens. Okay, so that's it for this week. Let me just take that off, and I just want to show you one more thing. And let's go to the daily. Okay, remember to always, if you want to catch all my videos on YouTube, you can click on the subscribe link button, okay? And also, why don't you click the like button? You can always send me a message, or you know, make a brief comment on the YouTube below YouTube there. But click on the like button and make sure you subscribe so you keep getting these weekly videos. If you want my free 33-page ebook, email me. My name is Martin, okay, at mskyj007@gmail.com. Hey everyone, have a good trading week. Hopefully summer is, even though summer's coming to an end, hopefully you're enjoying the best of it, and we will talk to you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.